Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back to another video. It's my pleasure to be here with you all. This is my caffeine source at the moment, which is Amino Energy. It's an old staple from my gym days back in, back in the 2010s. Amino Energy, I probably spent a good $1,000 on that shit. It's amino acids with some caffeine. And that's where I'm getting my caffeine from at the moment, because coffee's making my teeth yellow. And I'm looking at my teeth in the mirror, and you can probably see my teeth right now actually. Look at that. Some days are better than others. I've got all of the whitening toothpastes, and I haven't shelled out and gotten any proper whitening treatments or anything like that, but honestly I'm almost at the point where I want to ring up my local dentist and say, please do whatever you have to, just make my teeth white again, because coffee is really staining them and I don't like it. So I'm off of coffee at the moment, but I still do need, well, I don't need it, but I want caffeine every morning, so that's where I'm getting it from. This morning I come to you with a message of pure bliss, and the message is one that I never saw coming. Certainly didn't see it coming last night, but I've woken up this morning and I woke up throughout the night, but I only woke up throughout the night once. I went to bed at about 10, I fell asleep relatively quickly. I woke up for the first time at 12:30, went to the toilet, went back to bed, fell asleep relatively quickly again. Wasn't expecting to, but I did. And the next time I woke up was 5:30. So I had a period of solid sleep for 5 hours. And upon waking, I had a feeling that it happened. Because the dream that I had throughout that time, from 12:30 to 5:30, went on and on and on and on and on. And it was incredibly vivid. I can remember it now. It was incredibly detailed. And the storyline, like I said, just went on and on. So I woke up and I thought, right, okay, here I am again in my own bed. It was only a dream. It was only a dream. And I've said that to myself many times, most nights actually. And I thought, no, that has to be, that cannot be like a 2-hour sleep. It's got to be at least 3. And I looked at my watch and it was 5 hours. And I was like, yes, I can get up now if I want to, but I didn't. I don't know what happened last night. I was obviously exhausted, but went back to sleep again, and immediately my alarm went off at 7 o'clock. So I come to you today with just a story and a message that says, if you're struggling with sleep, if you're struggling with, a certain level of insomnia during these first few weeks of sobriety, it may take 38 days and 38 nights for you to get a good sleep. Now, do I feel refreshed this morning? Do I feel, more energized than normal? No, not necessarily. But I feel really, I just feel pleased with the fact that my body and my brain finally seems to have come to the party. They are in sync, and I can have 7 hours of sleep, having only woken up once throughout it. Sorry, I'm mixing my words. It is early morning. So, I don't have a huge amount to share. I'm going to be at work in 10 minutes, and I'm going to be walking in and, trying to put a brave face on, trying to smile and make conversation with my workmates that can, quite easily just sit there and stare at a screen for 8 hours straight and not say a fucking word. I made a video 2 days ago, And it was a venting video. I vented on how I was feeling about my job. I vented on how I was, just unhappy in it again. I made a video on day 17 saying similar things, and I turned my attitude around, and I recommitted mentally to the job, and that worked for a period of time. But then I started falling into the same thought patterns, and that came out on Monday night. Now it's Wednesday today, and I watched that video back, and that video will be one of the very few that don't make it to YouTube, because of the simple fact that I was emotional. I was heightened, and I said some things that I feel were uncalled for. They were harsh on the people that I work with, on the place that I work, and it was just me, just frustrated at the fact that I'm not getting out of that job what I'd hoped, which was a bunch of mates, and that's pretty much it. That's all I really needed. A job is a job is a job. An admin role is an admin role is an admin role. But I was hoping that there'd be at least a couple of people I could click with, a couple of people that I could see at work and immediately, put a smile on my face and shoot the shit if and where we could. And that's just simply not the case. But, I'm grateful to have a job. And I was talking all sorts of shit about how I was going to leave and how I was going to, apply for all these different jobs. And I have applied for three other jobs. None of them have come back yet. And I don't know if they will. It's a hot job market in Townsville. People are moving to Townsville in droves, and obviously there's only a certain amount of jobs to go around. So I need to reset my mind. I need to reset my mindset, get back into the groove of just working and being grateful for what I do have, being grateful for my job, and just making the best of it. And that's what I'm going to do today. So it's times like these that I'm glad I'm not releasing videos immediately after making them. At the moment I'm about 2 weeks behind. The video that's just been posted today is day 18, and that I kick myself for not posting more videos sooner. But it is times like these where there is a video, there's a certain thing or topic or opinion that I portray and I put out there with a huge amount of emotion behind it. Like I was emotional in that video, and it came across in the wrong way, in my opinion, because I woke up the next day and I regretted it. So it's times like these that I'm grateful that I'm not releasing videos immediately after making them. But I still feel the same way. It's just I didn't need to broadcast it for the world to hear. I still feel the same way. It's extremely boring. It's soul destroying. It's depressing. It's depressing. That workplace is depressing. And for someone in early sobriety, it's not ideal. But it is what it is. I've got to deal with it. I earn half decent money. I need that money. I've got a whole bunch of bills coming in. As some of you may know, some of you may not, I've got an apartment in Alice Springs, which I'm maintaining. I've got a tenant in there at the moment, but unfortunately with the interest rates the way that they are at the moment, I've still got to add some more money in each and every week. And then I've got my property in Townsville, which I'm living in at the moment. And the costs, my share of the costs are high, and they need paying. And then you've got food, you've got fuel, you've got insurance, you've got all the rest of it. Look, I'm not going to get into it. I actually don't want to talk about that. It is what it is. That shit happens in the background. I don't want to talk about money. I don't want to talk about how much things cost and what have you, because to be honest, on a daily basis, I don't really worry about it. I don't really think about it. I've gotten myself into this position and I'm enjoying my life at the moment. It's just for the 7.5 or 8 hours a day that I need to stare at a screen and pretty much not talk to anyone at work. It's wearing on me, but it's all good. We'll get there. I'm hoping this traffic lightens up a wee bit, because I've got 5 minutes, T-minus 5 minutes, I've got to be in the office, and I can't see it happening. So it's going to be another day where I walk in 2 or 3 minutes late, which I don't like. But, as the saying goes, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And in this case, well, I'm stuck in traffic. I'm going to a job that I need to go to, so at the moment, I can't change shit. So you just got to accept it. You got to keep smiling, keep positive, and it'll all work out in the end. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Yo! I've literally just finished work. It's about 8 hours since I last saw you. And, oh shit, yeah, I'm not meant to be coming out this way. Oh well. It's the first time I've had to park in this back car park because I was 1 minute late this morning. But either way, no one said a word, and neither should they. I've made up that 1 minute. I hardly even had a lunch break today. Either way, I didn't think I'd be bringing out the camera again today. I thought this morning's clip would be more than enough of an update, more than enough information. But I want to continue this video because, all it takes sometimes to completely change your perspective, especially at a job, is to just get a little bit of appreciation and have someone, have someone in a senior role, or have someone with, authority to voice that. And today we had the opportunity to do that. So I sat down with my manager, and this was my second sort of probation type meeting, and it didn't go for long, but everything that I heard was positive, and they didn't pump my tires up. They didn't say anything crazy. It was just simple language, but positive language. And it ended with them saying, well, basically, they asked me how I was going. And there have been moments that, I've been so just, down, so emotional, that, ask me that at the wrong time, and I may have actually clapped back with something like, no, I don't like it, or it's not going well, or I'm looking for something else. But today, because of the little pep talk I gave myself this morning, and because I walked in there with the attitude that I was just going to make the most out of it and do my best and smile and try and converse with people and try and make it a good day, and I did. And I didn't know that this probation meeting was coming, but it did, and we did it this afternoon, and they asked me, how am I going? And I said, well, you know what, I'm grateful to have the job. I'm grateful. That's what I said first off. I didn't want to say I really like it, because that'd be lying. But I think I probably did mention I like it. But at the end of the day, I said I'm grateful. Grateful to have the job. I really appreciate it, and I'm just trying to do my best. And they came back with, well, we feel like you've picked it up really quickly, and they finished it with saying, we're grateful to have you too. We feel like you're becoming part of the team, and we're grateful for you. You're grateful to have this job, well, we're grateful to have you here. And that completely changed everything. I thought, that just gave me the warm fuzzies. I thought, man, I am part of a team, you know. There may be days where I don't talk a lot, but that's probably on me. And I'm probably just seeing it. Like, there's no reason why I couldn't go over to someone and create a conversation. They're never going to ignore me. It's my problem. It is my problem. And I need to work through these things. And it's my personality, and it's, you know, the way I interpret things and interpret people's attitudes. It's in here. It's in here. And today was evidence of that, you know. I'm still working on my personality. I'm still working on, you know, who I am without drugs and alcohol. It's still a work in progress. And so, you know, the way that I see things, the way that I perceive people, and the way that I perceive people's attitudes and people's, you know, way of doing things, it's a me problem. And I have no right to assume what people think or what, you know, who people are. I haven't even asked them. Why do they have to come up to me and ask me questions and converse with me and try and get to know me? Why do they have to do that? Why can't I be the one that does that? Why can't I be the one that comes out of a shell first and initiates that and creates the friendship? There's no reason why I can't. And so just with a little bit of encouragement today, I spent the afternoon doing that. When you're watching the clock and you just want to get out of there, it can be depressing. But that's going to be the case in any job. So I'm turning things around as far as my mentality, as far as my mindset is concerned with this job. I'm going to continue working there for now. I'm not going to stress myself out with the thought of having to get another job, because I don't have to get another job. I've got a good job. I've got a job where they see me as part of the team, and I've only been there five and a half weeks. And the grass isn't always greener on the other side. And so, you know, that would be my message to you. The grass isn't always greener. The grass is greener where you water it. And from now on, I'm going to be watering my grass as best I can. I'm going to water it every day. I'm going to work on my relationships at work. No, they don't have to be my best friend, but it would be nice to have a bit of rapport. It would be nice to know, you know, just a little bit more about them, and then they can get to know a little bit about me, and then we've got things to talk about, and we've got questions to ask. And those are the type of relationships I want and I need at work. And I guess that's what I thought I'd never get. But I'll never get that unless I put the effort in. So it's been an interesting day. It's been a rewarding day. It's hump day. And I'm about to go to the gym. So I'll see you later on.